Good morning, folks. Hey, this morning, here it is, November 10th, 2015. I'm in downtown Greensboro, dropping my daughter off here at the Weaver Center, her school, and I had to take a double take. Was I seeing this here at the College Hill Historic District sign? This is a bearded iris plant. It's blooming profusely here in November? Are you kidding me? No. So I had to do a little Google search and found out that sure enough, some bearded irises can be what they call remontant. They're bred for this. They have the ability to bloom again. I love bearded iris. If anybody's seen some of my other videos, you know that my front yard is just full of a certain type of bearded iris. But as you can see, this is pretty amazing, and there's a lot of breeding going on right now with these bearded irises to get the remontant or continuous blooming, reblooming types. So look at that. It's amazing. Here it is November, and we got irises, which you would normally see in early spring, and then in the summer, and then of course, this is what usually happens throughout the summer. They go yellow, but this guy's blooming some more. So what are we going to get? Iris blooming into Christmas? I wouldn't be surprised. Now, you can get on the lookout for some bearded irises that bloom twice in the year. We already have the reblooming azaleas, the encores. Hey, what's next? So, all right, folks, Tommy Cowett here on the lawn with the fall blooming plant one. Here's an anomaly for you you're not going to believe, or I couldn't believe it. This is a fall blooming rhododendron. Here it is, November 10th. I've been just driving around looking for various interesting things. I'm always on the lookout for something interesting. And thanks to Rosie Lerner with Purdue University, she's kind of explained this. Woody ornamental plants that bloom in the spring usually bloom on the previous year's growth, which would be this year's growth in this case. But they require a certain amount of chilling to go through over the winter in order for it to break dormancy and go into bloom. So apparently we've had enough cool nights to set this rhododendron off, and reading a little bit of information on the web about it. Now, they're not all blooming, but some of them are actually breaking dormancy here, as you can see. That it's common to see in the white. But that's just an anomaly, folks. You know, sometimes that does occur. It's kind of interesting, don't you think? Pretty cool. All right, folks. Tommy Cowett here on the lawn with you, and I'm looking at some beautiful fall blooming shrubs here down in the College Hill area. This is a double Sasanqua Camellias that are fall blooming plants. This could very well be the Yuletide, but I'm not really certain. It could be majestic. But this is beautiful. And one thing about the fall blooming, camellias, is some of them actually have some fragrance to them as well. As you can see, this is just beautiful. And this year it's been especially wonderful with these. They probably started blooming probably in September, and they're just profuse. Still hanging on there are some of the knockout roses, but want to show you the Sasanqua Camellia. And one thing good about the Sasanqua Camellia is its ability to tolerate shade. It must grow in some shade. And that is a double, so that's not the Gecka. That's more the majestic. But I would say that this is just a gorgeous selection for a shade-loving area here. I'm at Wafco Mills in downtown Greensboro. It's actually picking up my daughter from school. And just want to show you that. The Sasanqua Camellia. Great, really compacted. Not like the Japonicas, which can get 25 feet tall. These stay more compact and small and low growing. Slower growing. But look at that gorgeous bloom. All right, folks, here's one that's an anomaly to me. This is the Hydrangea macrophylla. Fuji waterfall. Is it supposed to be blooming this time of year? I mean, this is a woody plant. Waterfall lace cap. It's sure in full bloom, and there's more on the way. An anomaly to me. But this is one of High Point University's beautiful woody plant gardens right here. Some things have already finished up for the year, but hey, this guy right here, that's kind of an anomaly. All right, folks, Tommy Cowett here on the lawn with you in High Point University, continuing with the fall bloom video. And nothing is better for planting annuals in the fall than pansies and violas. And kale is also spectacular this time of year. The trees, of course, are gorgeous. Pansies in the ground. It's all part of the fall planting. These pansies planted, nothing pleases my eye more than the ornamental grasses like this pennisetum here, fountain grass, going to bloom, flanked by these beautiful pansy plants. And then look at the roses just going nuts. More viola. Some of these ornamental grasses just take on an interest. Look at the little yucca plants showing off their beautiful color in the fall. The roses again. More of the pansies. And as I move on down here to this rose garden and fountain, look at this. More different curly leaf kale, flanked by the salvia. And that's beautiful. Beautiful fountain. Here's some beautiful roses all in bloom here. Something interesting to see. These snapdragon plants here that are showing off here. Artichoke. And then look at this. This is one that's considered an invasive species. I love it. Burning bush. Gets its name because this is what it looks like in the fall. I don't care if people want to call that an invasive. To me, it's beautiful. Fall color. Our lawns are looking wonderful over here. Look at the roses. Really doing well. Here it is. We're in November. Look at the gorgeous roses. All blooming. Still blooming. We really haven't had a frost yet. Look at this. Snaps. Oh, look at this beautiful tree rose here. Rosa Pros, Bergen and Iceberg. Yes, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Good look at that. Yes, they're gorgeous. Now here's the anomaly I want to show you folks. This is what I spotted and made me want to come up here and take a look. I've got a hydrangea right here that's just now starting to bloom. Look at this. Fall blooming hydrangea. That's an anomaly. Shouldn't be seeing that. Nandina Settenberry, and one of my favorite trees of all, and there it is, the ginkgo. Nothing is more spectacular to me in the fall than when a ginkgo starts to change color. I could do a video just on the ginkgo tree itself. Ginkgos are an ancient tree. But Tommy, I want to share with you some of the beauty you'll see in the fall. Growing Green here, signing out for this episode. I'm trying to find some anomalies, and we've come across some. So anyway, I just want to share this with you folks. Y'all have a great one. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe down below, and we'll share whatever we come across on a daily basis with you. All right, have a great one. Bye-bye.